being a lad is being someone who loves to drink and loves to get with girls.
It can be like a really nice term, someone who's just really cheeky, a cheeky chappy.
But I also think it's like playing to the crowd, so it's doing those things because it's going to get you the reputation that you want, or it's going to get you the kind of recognition that you're looking for.
Sport orientated, very confident, very outspoken group of boys.
A lad is more of a kind of a mentality than a person. I think it's a certain way of acting and kind of being with another group of guys, which doesn't necessarily correspond to someone's personality all the time.
I think a lad is not really an individual concept, it's more like in relation to the peers around you.
Individuals acting in like a group, and I think of like pack mentalities, kind of aided by alcohol and sport.
Think of a lad as a kind of identity that is performed in some ways, so that there's a kind of disparity between the person that you're used to interacting with and the person that they're being.
I think it's more of a nighttime thing, like when alcohol's introduced, when boys think it's okay to sort of push boundaries and not act in an acceptable way when they've had a few beers.
You kind of think, oh, you wouldn't say that if you were just talking to me or talking to one of your friends. It's just because you're sort of performing in a group.
It can just be a group of guys going out having fun together, but it's when their fun starts to make other people feel uncomfortable.
Behaviour defined by sort of masculine bravado.
I think lad can be something that's really nice and fun and cheeky, and like they're good fun to be around, but I think when it's taken too far it can get sort of negative connotations, and I think that mainly just comes from trying to impress other people, and thinking that drinking and objectifying women and making sexist comments is going to get you the respect of other people, and it doesn't get you the respect of women, and really I don't think it should get the other respect of men.
It's normally rugby boys for some reason. I don't know whether that's just my experience, but someone who's very confident and very loud, and that's probably a good thing and can be seen as a good thing by a lot of other boys, but also I think it can come off as being arrogant and maybe insensitive.
When you say lad, I think of a group of boys at my sixth form school who I didn't want to be around or go out with.
Basically behaving like a bit of an idiot, only being concerned with what boys think about you as being like a good boy, and not at all about what women think.
It sort of compounds racism, sexism and homophobia as a way of defining yourself as a guy who drinks and shags girls and goes out and is aggro, and I don't think it's very nice.
I wouldn't necessarily say it has positive connotations.
You shouldn't be aspiring to be something that isn't a very good role model for anyone else.
Lad is a sort of mask that boys wear to make themselves more appealing to other men, but actually acts as a real barrier to their relationships with women. And it's something that's very linked in with drinking culture and behaviour that is quite unnatural in a sort of day-to-day social environment.